Hey everybody, welcome back to Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some Jujutsu Kaisen. Last episode was Boredom, where Nobara and Megumi meet the Kyoto Jujutsu Tech students who will be competing against in the exchange event. Second year, Mai Zenin, who is Maki's twin sister, and third year, Ayo Todo. Todo challenges Megumi to a fight and batters him, almost bringing him to his snapping point, but Panda and Toge stop Todo. Maki reveals to Nobara that she cannot use cursed energy and has to rely on cursed weapons to fight. Gojo accuses Kyoto's principal, Yoshinobu Gakaganji, of purposely sending first years to their death against the cursed womb.
Are you saying his name is Principal Ganji?
Yes. Principal Gakuganji.
Principal Ganji, got it.
He informs Gakuganji about Jogo, Sakuna, and the talent of the current students Yuta, Okusu, and Yuji, warning that a revolution is coming. A month later, Mahito kills 3 high school students at a movie theater and is confronted by a teenage boy who can see him.
Did you say a bunch of high school students were killed by a mojito?
Yeah, Mahito.
By
Who
a
is
mojito.
the stitched face person.
I know, I was making a joke. A mojito is a drink.
You know, alcohol poisoning kills more people every year than you think.
Remember that when Gojo and Jogo fought Mojo Jojo?
Jogo is still in the show, so they're going to keep coming up all the time.
The show that Jogo, Joe?
And it's going to go ahead and destroy me. I'm going to be tongue twisting here for days. So, that is where we left off, Theta. So, I believe we were just about to go into the theater and start investigating, is the last thing I remember for our next time, right?
I mean, that depends. I mean, it's obviously going to happen this episode, but it really feels like we're also going to be following the other characters. I mean, I'm finally in the show, so...
That's right. You're finally popping up. We're gonna see how your character goes. You already like him, so that's already a good point in its favor. But this episode, it looks like we're just gonna see how Yuji has progressed and what powers they have now.
Told that and some other guy we've never seen before.
True. We keep getting told this is the most complicated power system possible, so I'm now ready to receive brand new rules telling me that everything I knew before is garbage.
Well, we haven't really been introduced to it yet, other than, what's it called? Domains?
Yeah, domains.
Right.
Which, I'm sure by, like, episode 10, will already be past news. I have a domain that surpasses domains.
That's next episode, Griff. Episode 10 is next episode.
Yeah.
How gonna be old news next episode?
Yeah, 2 episodes later, the information we get will already be old and underpowered.
We didn't introduce to domains in episode 8. We were introduced to episode 6, was it? 7 was assault, right?
Right. So we'll have 3 episodes of glory and then be phased out. It's fine.
How can there be 3 episodes of glory? They haven't done it since the episode they introduced it in.
Exactly. But yeah, no, that's my expectation. Stuff is gonna pop up and disappear like literally all the time. And we're gonna come to a point where it'd be like, couldn't they just do that thing from season 1? What was it called? Domains?
Force sprinting?
Yeah. Can't Obi-Wan just force sprint through the force fields? Yeah, it's in all the books.
Didn't he do it earlier this movie?
Yeah, they did. So, I think on that note...
That's why you always gotta span out your long rests. Yeah, Obi-Wan, not Obi-Wan, not Mace Windu. What's the guy's name? What's Obi-Wan's master's name?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn only took 2 short rests. He didn't take a long rest, so he couldn't use his long rest thing.
There you go. You gotta always be spamming that rest. You see a big Sith in front of you, sit down, start a camp.
He wasted it on Droideka.
But let's go ahead and watch. But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check us out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
See that link down below. Join our Discord. Tell us what your favorite type of droid in Star Wars was.
Just another pleasant summer day. Maybe not so pleasant.
翼は父でけえから走るとバインバイン。気持ちはわかるぜ、吉野ちゃん。
嫌いな人間が死ぬボタンがあっても多分押せない。
No, but there's a notebook.
うるせえ。
僕のことを嫌いな人間が死ぬボタンなら。
Oh, is this the kid from outside the movie theater?
You know, I think it is. So we have found the most negative kid possible.
すみません。すみません。ミミズ人間3、大人1枚で。1800円で。
His name is Jim?
はい。まもなく始まります。
私は長年医者として
したらさ、そいつ5万も持ってんの。厨房のくせに。
最悪だ。
すげえな。
高校生がサボって映画館来るなよ。僕もだけど。
Too many people are talking.
We got the movie, the other group, and the internal monologue. Keep up,
最
man.
悪だ。全然内容入ってこない。そこそこの偏差値でもああいう人種はいるんだな。
で、見たの？
見てないよ。
じゃあ、翼が嘘ついてるってことですか？
絶対見てたから。
理不尽。あ、半額クーポン出てんじゃん。
Just keep walking, Professor, sure.
ちゃんと閉めてよ。
くそ、あの女、自分の立ち位置を僕で確かめて喜んでる。
やっぱ見てんじゃん。
畜生。言ってやる、言ってやる、言ってやる、言って
Say
やる。
what?
翼さんは自分で思ってるほど可愛くないよ。
Oh! Bah, 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 bah!
3人とも分かってる。それでもチヤホヤもてはやすのは君がやらせてくれそうだから。
ダメダメ。
Oh, we're watching like a reanimator there?
あいつもダメだわ。
喋るな。
翼だ。
電源を切れ。
もしもし。
But the same guys.
Yeah, it is.
We're just three completely unrelated people who know Tsubasa.
Oh, that's a fun way to teleport.
暇。
君たち、
そうね。
マナーは守ろうね。
They can't see you.
This is why you turn your cell phone off in the theater.
Oh, I had them in reverse positions. I thought he was in front of the screen. That is creepy.
なんだこれ。
Oh, yeah. Show's got some good creepy in it.
さっきの人。いや、こんなこと人にできるのか。
Well, I wouldn't know about that either.
それは本当に人なのか。
But why would you do that and then leave the movie?
やったのが俺なら。
I don't mean the human guy, I mean the other guy was complaining about them having bad manners.
彼らは君にとって特別だった。
大丈夫大丈夫。食える食える。聞いて。
かわいそうなっちゃってんじゃん。
僕にも同じことができますか。
So you have the good guys training, and now you have the... I'm not going to call this kid a bad guy. Just you have the antagonists training. Oh my god, Griff, have you been talking this entire time? Because you are muted, my friend. You don't appear to be fixing it.
I was muted in 2 different sources
Yeah.
the whole time.
I was wondering to myself, am I the only one who's been commenting on stuff? So yeah, you have been non-registering the entire first half.
That's okay. We just watched the mass murderer do a good deed, apparently, and lure in this kid.
So that's where Griffin's moral center lies when he calls killing teenagers a good deed. Griff
Gotta
sides with...
slash them teens, you know?
You know, it's a hard territory to take, especially since we're not that far from that guy who dressed up like the Joker and killed all those people in that movie theater.
Look, Jason it should be a role model for everybody, really.
Jason Alexander? Sure, why not?
But yeah, if he gets trained up by the bad guys, becomes like the secondary sorcerer antagonist. That's gonna be fun.
あいつら何者ですか。なんで鑑識より先に現場上げるんです。しかも一人はガキだったでしょ。俺も詳しくは知らねえよ。でもお前も見たろ。
Look at this picture I took of crime scene tape.
あれは人の領分を外れてる。見て見ぬふりしとけ。この仕事で定年退職したいならな。
見えますか。これが
See, that's a perfectly logical position to take.
いや全然見えない。
それは見ようとしないからです。私たちは普段当たり前のように呪いを視認しています。術式を行使すれば痕跡が残る。それが残
In the exact shape of the bodies of the people that killed, apparently.
目を凝らしてよーく見てください。
お、見える見える。
当然です。
Hey, detective vision.
悟って一人前で
It's
す。
like a video game now.
もっとこう褒めて伸ばすとかさ。
褒めもけなしもしませんよ。
Curse is coming off the cleaning equipment.
己を律する。それが私です。社会も同様であると勘違いしていた
There you go. He's just being matter of fact.
その話はいいでしょう。追いますよ。
おっす、決まってこうぜ。
いえ、そこそこで済むならそこそこで。行きましょ
う。なんか噛み合わないな。
Oh, I love how much of a wet blanket he is too.
今回僕は引率できなくてね。
I mean, how about the fact they're advertising a movie called Dogs?
I'd watch a movie just called Dogs. Probably got dogs in it.
う。その言い方やめてください。
呪術師って変なやつ多いけど、こいつは会社勤めてただけあってしっかりしてんだよね。一級呪術師だし。
他の方もあなたには言われたくないでしょうね。
The least weird sorcerer, here he is.
隠してる人多いな。脱サラってなんで初めから呪術師になんなかったんすか。
まずは挨拶でしょう。はじめまして、虎杖君。
あ、はい。はじめまして。
私が高専で学び気づいたことは、呪術師はクソということです。
は
Fair enough.
一般企業で働き気づいたことは、労働はクソということです。
Tell me, did they even have a math course in this school?
適性のある方を出戻った理由なんてそんなもんです。
くらいね。
虎杖君、私と五条さんが同じ考えとは思わないでください。私はこの人を信用しているし信頼している。でも尊敬はしてません。上のやり口は嫌いですが、私はあくまで規定側です。話が長くなりましたね。要するに、私もあなたを術師として認めていない。
Well, he really is not one yet.
爆弾を抱えていても、
It's true, he's not.
そう示すことに尽力してください。
俺が弱くて使えないことなんて、ここ最近嫌というほど思い知らされてる。でも俺は強くなるよ。強くなきゃ死に方さえ選べねえからな。言われなくても認めさせてやっからさ。もうちょい待っててよ。
いえ、私ではなく上に行ってください。
はい。
ぶっちゃけ私はどうでもいい。
I was gonna say, it's usually something you tell somebody you're about to fight at some point. Not somebody you're on the side of.
ええ、被害者以外は少年が1名のみです。
じゃあ犯人は呪霊？
まあ、
Ah, the lead.
あの少年がやった可能性もなくはないですが、そちらの身元特定は警察に。
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you suspect the only survivor? The first person I would suspect.
ストップ。こちらは私が片付けます。
He's just hungry for lunch,
そちら
man.
のもう一体を。
We said lunchbox. Like I said, the cleaning supplies were radiating curse energy too.
舐める舐めないの話ではありません。私は大人で君は子供。私には君を自分より優先する義務があります。
There we go. Sensible, responsible
君はい
adult.
くつか視線を超えてきた。でもそれで大人になったわけじゃない。枕元の抜け毛が増えていた。お気に入りの惣菜パンがコンビニから姿を消したり。そういう小さな絶望の積み重ねが人を
You gotta find some good bread then.
I got favorite like rolls and things like that. But not like bread. I mean, I understand rolls are bread, but I mean, like bread indicates like sliced bread. I'll take just about anything.
Bread is bread.
私の術式はどんな相手にも強制的に弱点を作り出すことができます。7対3。対象の長さを線分したとき、この比率の点に攻撃を当てることができればクリティカルヒット。私より格上
He's got a literal video game
のダメー
mechanic.
ジを与えることができますし。
That's the thing I described last episode preview is looking like a rangefinder.
聞いてますか、イタドリ君。
I thought you were just monologuing, man.
そういうのってバラしてもいいもんなの？
バレても問題のない術式、問題のない相手、またはバラすことでミスリード。
呪いに集中したいけど、話は聞かなきゃダメっぽい。
But he's just talking about himself.
手の内を
Doesn't matter if you don't pay attention to him.
術式効果を底上げするのです。こんな風に。
I like
There
this
you go.
guy's. I like this guy's song though.
Oh yeah, this is kind of radical.
It almost felt like the Mortal Kombat theme for a second.
Watashiからは以上です。
すんげえ。そもそも頭身がぐるぐる巻きなのに、その上峰打ちでぶった切った。
イタドリ君、
It's gonna be crazy when these guys start having to fight one another.
Oh, absolutely.
よそ見は感心しませんね。
We're very much still in the introductory stage.
What have you learned? Flame and piss.
有事の呪力はさ、遅れてやってくるね。
絶対遅れて。
有事の瞬発力に呪力が追いついてない。呪力をとどめる技術も未熟だから奇跡に残りがち。それが逆に変則的な呪力の流れを作ってる。拳が当たったと認識した直後に呪力がぶつかってくる。つまり一度の打撃に二度のインパクトが生まれる。
Yeah, one really weak one, and then one strong one. You got the big O punch.
Oh yeah, locked and loaded. There you go. Well, congratulations, Yuji. You managed to defeat the laundry detergent.
素の力が人間離れしているのか。衝撃が少ない呪力ながら波の術師の 120% 成立している。そこに流れ込んでくる本命の呪力。 やられる方は想像以上に嫌でしょうね。伸びしろ
I don't really feel like right seeing the spirits, the cursed spirits crying. That doesn't.
Yeah, the things that are entirely made out of negative energy, like suffering. Like, hold up a second.
失礼。今とどめを。虎杖君、とどめは待ってくだ
Because
さい。
they're not. They're people. They're deformed
これを
people.
見てください。私の相手を撮影しました。
呪霊ってこういうの映んないんじゃ。
落ち着いて聞いてください。
It's the cleaning
私
crew.
たちが戦って
They were on break. This is what happened to them.
人間だよ。いや、元人間と言った方がいいかな。映画館の3人と同じだな。呪術で体の形を無理やり変えられてる。
それだけなら初めに気づけますよ。私たちが戦った2人には呪霊のように呪力がみなぎっていた。
That's right, Yuji. You're a murderer now.
犯人に術式のことを聞くしかないな。ただ脳幹のあたりにいじられた形跡がある。おそらく意識障害、錯乱状態を作り出すためだろう。脳までいじれるなら呪力を使えるように人間を改造することも可能かもしれん。脳と呪力の関係はまだまだブラックボックスだからな。
Thus informing us that the other guy gave the other guy powers.
うっす。
こいつらの死因はざっくり言うと、体を改造させられたことによるショック死だ。君が殺したんじゃない。そのあたり履き違えるな。
Oh yeah, they are just absolutely laying the groundwork for it.
I think you're
You're-
just saying that. I think you're just saying that because you fucking beat them up and then they died. You didn't die of shock of something else.
それでもこれは趣味が悪すぎだろ。
この子は他人のために本気で怒れるのだな。あの残影自体ブラフで私たちは誘い込まれたのでしょう。相当なやり手です。これはそこそこ
Yeah, it's still kind of brutal, ultimately.
気張っていきましょう。
Good reason to be angry at whoever did this.
おう。
特級仮想怨霊、そう呼ばれる呪霊がいる。呪霊は人間から漏出した呪力の集合体。実在しなくとも共通認識のある畏怖のイメージは強力な呪いとなって顕現しやすい。
共通認識のあるイフのイメージ。
That's just a cute character moment
有名
between
な
them,
妖怪
really.
が階段ってことですか？
そう。トイレの花子さんとかキュービの陽子とかいろいろ。呪術師はそれらを特級仮想怨霊と
I was gonna say this guy's obviously then Frankenstein, but Japan has so many different monster type things. Could be anything.
それしか見えてないって感じだよね。でも人々が常に恐れているのはそんなおとぎ話じゃないだろ。
Ah, the toilet hand.
天才とか。
Special grade.
君との会話はストレスがなくて助かるよ。
いや、そんな。
人々は大地を森を
I thought I was gonna say the
恐れて
dark.
きた。それらに向けられた呪力は大きすぎるがゆえに形を得る
Hey, at least the kid's making a friend, right?
今まで息を潜めていたんだ。
Never mind the moaning coming down the hallway.
So the white guy is the forests.
真人さんは何の呪いなんですか？
人間。俺は人が人を憎み恐れた腹から生まれた呪いだ。
This is just the devil thing from Chainsaw Man again.
A little bit, yeah, isn't
最近
it?
の死
It's
者は
identical.
変死者。
I think a little bit.
残影の報告をまとめ
We feared things, so we created them and gave them power.
People's fear of people. Oh god.
いえ、まだまだある程度です。私は調査を続けますの
No, that's too powerful. He can't
別の仕
live.
事を映画館にいた少年吉野純平。彼は被害者と
Like I said, how was he not your first suspect?
監視カメラの映像と佇まいからして彼が呪詛師である可能性は低いと考えていました。ただ被害者と関係があるとなれば話は別です。
呪詛師？
悪質な呪術師のことです。 手順は伊地知君に任せてあるので、2人で吉野順平の調査をお願いします。
そういや俺、伊地知さん以外の補助の人知らねえよ。
まあ、虎杖君が生きてるって知ってるの私だけですから、必然的に。
Yeah, everyone you know thinks you're dead. Still.
ある程度ではなく、もう分かっているんですよね。犯人の居場所。
も
He's
ち
the
ろん
only one.
犯人はその気になれば残影なんて残さずに現場を立ち去れるはずです。私たちはまた誘い込まれています。単身乗り
And we're sending the same kid into the same unknown situation again.
彼はまだ子供ですから。
なんだみ先生。
虎杖君？
言い忘れてた。気をつけてね。
虎杖君、私は教職じゃないので先生はやめてください。
じゃあナナミン。
引っ叩きますよ。
Do not risk the kid. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's a responsible choice.
あれ？私服？
高校にはしばらく行っていないみたいですね。ここからは車を降りますよ。
They seem to be intentionally not showing his face.
I mean, I guess if you found out that there was a world of magic and curses and someone was willing to tell you all about it, you'd stop going to school too, right? That's your new education?
I mean, it depends. I guess it depends on what the deal being made is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then if it turns out that you've got, like, no real aptitude towards it, then you might as well just stay in school. What good is magic, or discovering that magic is real, or, you know, curses and power and whatnot, if all you can do is, like, coin tricks?
I mean, that'd still be something, right?
Would it? Discovering that, like, literally volcanoes are, you know, personified and can actually do crazy shit, and then turns out that you have the powers of Jubilee from the X-Men.
I think it was Looper, where like they set up like a premise that in the future, like people just have low-grade psychic powers. So like you could lift like a coin up into the air like an inch off of your palm or something, and everyone goes wild just because like, oh yeah, that's so cool.
You've got it backwards. The guy in the present had low-key telekinetic powers, and in the future, there's people with super telekinetic powers. You've got it backwards.
There's one person who has it.
Well, no, we know of one person, but the idea is that we're being shown in the past that people are starting to develop telekinetic powers.
Yeah, most people get that low-grade stuff, but you know, so cool.
We're back.
ななみ、お出かけしよ
いえ、遠慮します。
いや、マジで大事な話があるんだって。
それは大変だ。
まだ何も言ってないよ。
Okay.
I do just love.
I guess we're
Gojo's
investigating the
desperate
school.
attempts.
I guess we're investigating the school because the fat guy's back.
I think I'm like a couple seconds behind here because of loading issues.
No, I realized that you were behind me when you started commenting on stuff well after it had happened. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay. So I think it's clearly why you kept talking, even though we were in past the Juju segment, whatever it's called.
Yeah, so my fault right there. So you were saying you think we're back at the school?
Yeah, the fat guy's back.
Gojo
Gojo
like,
is patting him with a cold cloth on the face in the next time on bit.
I think like they did initially mention like they were going to keep Yuji secret for like a couple months until like the tournament. So if the tournament just starts coming around, then yeah, no, it's time.
I think you're misunderstanding me. I mean, you're back at the school the other kid was getting bullied at. The fat guy who walked past...
school.
The fat guy who walked past saw him being bullied and then moved on. was getting patted on the face by Gojo in the next time on segment.
Ah, right. Okay, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. They go do their investigation and find out it's like, oh yeah, you knew all this abuse was happening and you just let it happen as a teacher. Wow, you're dense.
Well, I don't know how into this guy's life they're going to get. It's clearly they're going to investigate, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how much they're going to care about the mundane shit, because they seem to be outside the scope of that kind of shit.
Well, I mean, and in terms of the way like the narrative is setting up drama, right? It's literally saying the mundane shit is what causes the supernatural shit. So the mundane stuff matters because that's what builds up into the problem.
I don't know. I think you're stretching there. Because they're taking a real, like I said, they're taking a real chainsaw, man. I think that's about the point where you started losing a couple of seconds. Because we started talking about something else, and I'm already reacting to, oh, so the white guy is the spirit of the forest. Because you clearly weren't on the same time as me when it happened.
Yeah. I do like you like pointing that out immediately. It's like suddenly our evil villain group makes a lot of sense then.
But my point is that if these things are like Chainsaw Man, that the mundane matters don't matter because you can't affect anything to that scale, right? They don't, in Chainsaw Man, you don't attack the gun devil by assuaging the general populace's fear of guns, right? You don't fight the gun devil by making everyone cool with guns. You fight the gun devil by pulling out a sword or a chainsaw and fucking fighting the gun devil. So you're not going to calm down people's fear of other people by like chilling everyone out and people are okay. Let's all become Buddhists and start doing LSD, right? Mm-hmm. You're not gonna calm out the mundane people. Let's
just
literally
join us now for meditation, everyone.
Because what you're proposing literally says the way we defeat the devil of people is by solving all of society's problems, and we're not gonna do that in a shonen fight show. So clearly, we're not gonna solve the mundane problems.
Well, I mean, like, I don't mean we're gonna solve them that way, because you are correct. We're here to fight stuff, and so they're gonna fight the problem. But the way they reveal the problem is going to be starting from the normal stuff and building up to it. Like, whatever negative energy our school kid here, Junpei, puts out, is going to turn into something way worse.
Well, I also don't think they're really going to address the problem presented. For one thing, the bullies are dead. That already happened, and we're not being presented with we can fix them, we can bring them back. It seems like everyone who's died is just dead. There's no coming back. So I don't think harassing the one guy who saw the kid get bullied and walked off after 5 people are already dead is going to solve much. We're no longer going to address the mundane issue because the issue is dead. Those kids are dead. The cleaning crew that was outside working in the theater are dead. This guy, just a passive bystander. I'm sure he's guilty of letting a thing continue. What are we going to do? Kill him? I mean, honestly, where do we go? Nothing's going to get solved.
Well, the kid's not guilty of anything other than feeling negative emotions for being beat up. He's not going to be, like, punished for that. That was a bit of a
No, I'm talking about the fat guy.
Oh, yeah, him? No, he deserves punishment.
For Definitely. What? Being a bystander?
For being an authority at a school and doing
We don't
nothing.
know that. That dude could have been the janitor.
The janitor wearing the suit. Okay, you got really high expectations. That's what I think is happening there.
You don't know. You don't know what level of school this is. Also, he was. You're saying a suit like he's wearing Armani. That dude was wearing a shit suit. And honestly, I've watched enough episodes of Scrubs and that janitor to just expect that a janitor could wear anything. Right? You don't know what the janitor's doing when he's not wearing the
I do have a point of information, though. Typically for Japanese schools, you know who they have clean the school? All the kids.
That could
There is
be,
no janitor.
that dude could have been one of the kid's parents.
And they still did nothing, so you know.
Oh, one of the bullies I meant.
Right. In which case, they are more directly responsible then, aren't they?
Well, are you going to pull out the bad parenting card? They're
I'm
responsible for bad
parenting
parenting.
card. You created this little monster. You take him out of this world.
I would argue that a child of that age, a person of that age, is more affected by their environment than they are their home life. That the person only set them up from the ages of, say, 3 to 4 to maybe 11 to 12. And at that point, it was school, for people that they became friends with, that sort of shit. The nature versus nurture kind of stuff. Nurture only carries you so far before... Sorry, I get that the wrong way. Nature only carries you so far before nurture picks in. And who's the first thing that people rebel against? Their parents. So,
not everyone rebels against their parents, and even so, there's still an environmental factor.
I think subconsciously everybody rebels against their parents. You gain a certain level of... I was to use the word retention, but that's wrong. It's an R word I can't think of. A certain level of pushback against your parents' expectations, because either they're unreasonable, they're not what you want for your life, or you just don't like people telling you what to do. There's a certain level of pushback that everybody has at some point against authority, and who's the first authority figure in your life? Your parents.
I guess it probably helps my parents are not quite as authoritarian as others.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to start speaking on your life because that's not...
Comment down below if you love your parents. Go ahead, just post that right there.
I do want to point out that you can love people that you don't like. I mean, that's a famous movie statement, isn't it? For a bunch of movies, like, you don't have to love you. I don't have to like you, but I do love you. Something like that. It's usually said by a father in a movie or something like that. You don't have to like me, but I do love you because you're my son. That's sort of thing.
What a statement. It's like, I'm disappointed in you, but you do you, I guess.
I can't think of the way it's usually said in like movies and everything like that, but it's like, you know, if your son is a fuck up, starts doing drugs and everything like that, you don't have to like them as a person, but you probably still love them because they're your son. That sort of thing.
So at least back to expectations with the kid, at least, with Junpei. More than certainly, he has been given some amount of cursed energy, and he's going to cause some problems.
Well, we haven't seen it yet. It hasn't happened. Literally hasn't happened on screen.
He has hung out with the guy who is the personification of hating people, and is already expressed, or Junpei has expressed, he would totally just kill everyone if he could. So that is the perfect tool for him.
Again, it hasn't shown up on screen yet.
I know.
For all we know, he's going to kill...
my expectation.
For all we know, he's going to kill that kid.
Probably that too. Well, we'll have to find out next time. In which case, let's go ahead and wrap up for the day. Sound good? So, this has been Stoneface Reactions, everybody. I'm Griffin. That's Theta. We'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?